to the Moon by Jody Shepard. Illustrated by Mike Byrne. Astronaut Neil Strong. "Hey, that's almost my name," Neil shouted. He was at the Space Museum with his class. In front of him was a photo of the first person on the moon, Neil Armstrong. "Awesome," Neil exclaimed. "Someday it's going to be me, Neil Strong, who walks on the moon." "Astronauts last visited the moon in 1972, said Neil's teacher, Miss Palusa. "But scientists are talking about making moon landings again, with the human astronauts, or maybe with androids. It could happen in the next 10 years. Neil read a sign. "The moon is about 240,000 miles away. It's the only other place in our universe where humans have stood." "That's amazing," Neil said. Neil spotted something else amazing. "Look at those moon rocks," he thought. "I want my science fair project to stand out this year. Those rocks would be perfect." Neil sighed. "I can't take the rocks with me. They belong to the museum. If only I could go to the moon and get rocks of my own." Suddenly, Neil noticed a model of Apollo 11 nearby. He sat at the controls. "Maybe if I use my imagination..." And then, before he knew it, liftoff. Astronaut Neil has landed on the moon. He gasped in wonder. The moon was amazing, and there was someone else there with him. With him too, an android. "I am Luna," it said. "Welcome to the moon. Good thing you wore your spacesuit. The moon gets burning hot and freezing cold, and it has almost no air. Your space helmet gives you oxygen to breathe." There was a lot to see. Mountains and hills, and "Are those oceans?" Neil asked. "They look like oceans," Luna answered, "but they are large fields filled with dark, solid lava." Neil spotted a lava rock. He stopped to pick it up for his science fair project. Then he saw footprints. Who could have made them? Luna saw the surprise on Neil's face. "Do not worry. Those are Neil Armstrong's footprints," Luna explained. "There is no wind on the moon, so Neil's footprints may last for millions of years." "My footprints will last too," Neil thought. "I'll be famous forever." He picked up a second rock. His science project was going to rock. Walking wasn't easy on the moon, but bouncing was. "The moon has very little gravity," Luna told him. "On Earth, gravity holds people and other things to the ground. Since the moon has less gravity, you weigh less here." Boingy, boingy. Jumping on the moon was fun. Neil saw craters everywhere. Some were huge. Others looked like large soup bowls. "What made these craters?" Neil asked Luna, putting another rock in his backpack. "Meteors crashing into the moon made craters on the moon's surface," Luna said. "Now turn around and take a look at Earthrise. Amazing, is it not?" Earthrise was amazing, but it made Neil really homesick. Poof! Just like that, Neil was back at the museum. But he didn't have any rocks. He had imagined the entire mission. Still, he'd learned lots of cool facts about the moon. Neil knew how he could make his science fair project stand out. He'd share everything he learned, and he'd look up awesome pictures of the moon to show off at the fair. Even better, Neil thought, someday I'll go to the moon for real. The end.